In the future, humans don't go outside anymore and instead send out androids called surrogates to go through their daily routines. People control their surrogates from the comfort of their homes by using special chairs that connect them to the androids through neuropathic signals. If the surrogate is damaged, the person doesn't feel any pain, but they do experience all the pleasures the surrogates engage in. This allows people to make their surrogates all kinds of crazy stunts. They also can choose how they look, and now everyone on the streets looks young and beautiful. Crime and sickness quickly go down and society is losing its hate. However, a group of people called Dreads think surrogates equal living in a lie, so they fight against their use and live in small isolation zones. Their leader is known as the Prophet, and he often makes broadcasts asking people to leave the chairs behind. One night in the city, a rich guy goes to a club and jumps into a crowd to then flirt with a woman, who he takes to an alley so they can share some kissing. At that moment, a strange figure shows up and electrocutes both of them, destroying the surrogates before escaping away on a bike. The killer drives so fast that it causes a car to flip and crash. Moments later, FBI agents Peters and Greer arrive at the crime scene. A cop informs them that the male victim isn't a registered surrogate but the female one is, however the owner hasn't made any reports. Both surrogates' eyes have been burned out and the memory chip on the male one is fried, but Greer still takes it to analyze it. Then the agents get into the apartment of the female surrogate's owner, only to find him dead with a bleeding nose. When they check the controllers, they discover that the last thing the female surrogate saw was her partner's eyes burning down before the feed was cut off. Afterward, Greer goes home and gets a glass of water to himself, confirming he also uses a surrogate. While the android parks itself in the closet, the real Greer leaves the control chair and enters a kid's room, where he stares at a picture of him with his wife and their child. Next, he checks on his wife Maggie, who communicates with him through her surrogate. Greer wants to take a vacation without using the android bodies. He wants to travel for real. He also points out they haven't actually been together for a while, only their surrogates meet each other, and Maggie says it's better this way. The next morning, some students find Jared dead and covered in blood on his chair, meaning he was the person behind the destroyed male surrogate. Moments later, Greer's boss Andrew shares